If the Russia-Ukraine war has taught us anything, it is that staying away and not getting involved in the conflict is always in one's best interest. However, the US and Europe are yet to learn this lesson despite facing embarrassing defeats on the battlefield and diplomatic forum. As several members of NATO are starting to give this so-called military bloc a reality check, the top leadership is scrambling to prevent the fortress of France and Germany from crumbling. Hello and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of TFI Media Group. I'm your host Ananya Sharma. Let's begin. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or the NATO, was established with the purpose of averting the rise of the Soviet Union. But even after the collapse of the USSR, the US still employed NATO as a weapon in its battle against Moscow. It also acts as a deterrent against rise of nationalism in Europe. Recently, NATO has been criticized for being an inefficient group which lacks unity, organization, and decision-making. In addition to failing to fulfill its promises, NATO has also disappointed its member states.
DDoS attack. DDoS stands for Distributed Denial of Services. It is a malicious attempt to disrupt the normal traffic of a targeted server, service, or network by overwhelming the target or its surrounding infrastructure with a flood of internet traffic. TFIGlobal app, which has been pivotal in bypassing the YT police and reach every nook and corner of the world, was subjected to 5 days of DDoS attacks. We had to take the app offline, add some more layers of security, and then relaunch it. Who did it? I don't know. Chinese hackers? Maybe. We are too small to be considered big by CIA and various European intelligence agencies. But who knows? The fact is that we braved the attack and we are back. So if you have the app installed, please update it. If you don't have the app installed, please install it. The link can be found in the description. Remember, Google Play has already banned us, calling us a hate app. So Android users will need to download the APK file from our web link. Remember, they can't stop us till the time we have you on our side. Namaste.
Fortunately, political analysts and member countries are starting to see the blatant signs of failure and cracks within the system of NATO. Several member states have expressed their interest in breaking away from this draconian organization. In 2018, when US President Donald Trump attacked the NATO member countries for not contributing enough in the bloc's defense budget, the UK's former defense minister Michael Fallon agreed with Trump. Similarly, French President Emmanuel Macron condemned NATO for being brain dead. The Croatian government, too, condemned NATO for its lack of reaction to a military drone which flew from a Ukrainian war zone and crashed in Croatia's capital. Worried that member states might leave NATO, a top military official, Admiral Rob Bauer, stated that Russia will always remain a threat even if its forces lose the war in Ukraine. He emphasized that Russia's gradual consolidation of its military, ammunition, and equipment will have long-term repercussions for Europe. It is clear that the NATO leadership is aware of the rising frustration of the member states and that the alliance's demise is evident. It is concerned that the disgruntled member countries that have already lost so much, in addition experiencing inflation and economic crisis, will join the Russian camp. It is natural for countries to desire to be closer towards nations which respect others' territorial integrity and political sovereignty. That is precisely what Russia's foreign policy and diplomatic ambitions reflect. It would not be wrong to say that NATO is indeed facing an existential crisis. It is questioning its own identity in the European continent, and that is why it has come up with such explanations.